Final segment of ATL Day Ones with Jarvis and Tenitra. We want to thank you for rocking with us throughout the entire show. We are here Monday through Friday. And make sure you go and like and subscribe to our YouTube page. Type in the search engine, Locked On Sports Atlanta. We will pop up and you will see a subscribe button somewhere. Make sure you move that cursor on over there and tap that bad boy. And always remember that we are free and available any and everywhere you download your podcast. And once you get there, go ahead and leave us a 5-star review. That's all I ask. It's that simple. I'm not going to threaten you today. I'm being good. For those who don't know, this is For the Culture. It is the intersection between sports, entertainment, and the culture. And some days it's going to be whatever the hell we want to talk about. Today, T, I know you have been fired up about these doggone NBA playoffs. Lord, they got off to a good start. And the play-in tournament was cool. And, and part of the semifinals was all right. We got a little excitement there. The Mavericks knocked out the Suns and we were like, okay, all right, cool. Let's see what's up with these conference finals. I don't know about you, but I have been underwhelmed.
Underwhelmed. And you're being nice about it. I'm nice about everything.
I thought it was a little extreme in the beginning of the show, but I kind of toned it down a little bit because like I want to leave room for you to breathe.
Yeah, for me to go off. I have never been so disappointed in conference finals in all my years of viewing them, covering them, etc. And the reason for it is this, and we talked about in that last segment how doing things old school, it's not always a bad thing, right? There are some things that you can get from the fundamentals of those that came before you that actually will still work. So, for example, and listen, I love Steph Curry. I do. And I love the Warriors game. It's a beautiful game. It is a beautiful game to watch especially when they are functioning on all cylinders at both ends
It's
of
like
the
a
court.
machine, yeah.
It's Jarvis, that's the word. It's a straight up machine, and it's a beautiful machine to watch. But don't dare sit back and rest on your laurels because any machine can be broken down and rendered useless. Because we all know the NBA is
We
in
saw it in the
addition.
Hawks Heat series, right?
There you go. Oh, like for real, for real. So then at the end of game 4, excuse me, game 3, there was a comment that Steph Curry made that troubled me. And he said, we're playing with house money. And I promise you, my first thought was, do you know what the definition of house money is? Because that really essentially means that you have 4 games to try to win 1 game.
Right.
Because you're in control, 3 games to none, and no team has ever come back in NBA history from an 0-3 deficit. Right. But the mindset didn't speak to put foots on necks for me. And that's what I needed to hear from you. Now, does that mean you won't win the NBA championship? Nah, probably not. But it just speaks to that larger issue of, man, I just wish sometimes you guys could go for the jugular, like sweep them, destroy them, kill them. And okay, yeah, maybe we're a little bit biased here in Atlanta because we just want the Mavs and the whole Doncic combo to go away. But anyway,
right now. Can it go away now, please?
Exactly.
Can we fast forward to tomorrow morning?
Make it make sense. But no, real talk is, as anyone would want a team that can be so dominant to just dominate at every point. And for what we saw the Warriors do in the 4th quarter of game 4, to where they actually almost came back from a ridiculous deficit that might have gotten to like 30 plus points. Why didn't we see that same energy that whole second half? We know you guys clamped down on folks in the 3rd quarter. So seeing that in the 4th quarter was troublesome for me because that's something that I would have wished to have seen in that 3rd quarter. And then secondly, Jarvis, and I'm going to be quiet and get on off my soapbox. I watched game 5 of Celtics Heat, which actually may have been my favorite game of the entire conference finals so far, because at least for the first half, they showed us the competition that we were missing. And some may say, oh my God, it was abysmal offense. No, it wasn't. It was excellent defense on both parts of both teams. And then unfortunately for the Heat, the injuries just kind of caught up to them, where Jimmy Butler couldn't be Jimmy Butler, Kyle Lowry couldn't be Kyle Lowry, and then it just kind of goes downhill from there because the Celtics aren't nearly as injured and they have more weapons to replace their players who aren't at 100%. But other than that, that series has been a hot mess as well because what's up with these swings of 20 points here and then no, next night you win by 20. No, next night you win by 20. I mean, it just, so hopefully what we saw in the first half of Celtics Heat game five we'll see on Friday, and hopefully we'll just see the Warriors go on and dead this thing tonight. But overall, conference finals, miss me with it.
Yeah, you know what? I think at the end of the day, we just want to see people do what they're supposed to do, right? Like,
Yeah.
we know the Warriors are more experienced. We know they're a better team overall. They're deep. They got cats like Jordan Poole and Kevin Looney out here balling. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you're supposed to be putting these boys dead in the water. Like, outside of Luka, I know you got, some people may say, Spencer Dinwiddie, hey, yeah, 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 yeah. No, they're
Right.
not on the same same
No,
level as
no.
this team because the way the Warriors are currently constructed, they are supposed to dead these guys in the water. I remember I would go back to a conversation I was having with my pops. It was in the first round of playoffs, and my pops, he loves him some sports, and he asked me, he was like, "Who you got going to the finals?" And I was just like, "Golden State and Boston," because the way Jason Tatum was playing and just looked like he was just growing up in front of our eyes and becoming that guy
The
or
guy,
that
yeah.
dude, that all NBA dude that he is now.
Hmm.
And you saw the Warriors and how they were coming together, and I was just like, yeah, it
Yes.
got to be Warrior and Celtics. We're gonna get there, but I just don't necessarily like the path how we got there. You know what I'm saying? Because like I want them to sweep the Mavericks because that's what you're supposed to
Yeah.
do. I want the
Yeah.
Celtics to go ahead and take the Miami Heat out of their misery because that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You got a broken down Kyle Lowry who is a shell of himself right now. You got
Yeah.
banged up Jimmy Butler. So all of those storylines that equals take them out of their misery and go ahead and do what you're supposed to do. And they're just not doing that right now.
Yeah, and it is disappointing. And you never know, Jarvis, as series extend longer than they have to on the side of the Warriors, you never know who might go down, right? So
Right.
that's another piece there. Go ahead and end this thing so that you guys can get the rest that you need and reset and get ready for the NBA finals. And even on the other side for the Celtics and Heat, should it be the Celtics, then you guys want to get some extended days of rest as well because low key, Marcus Smart has been in and out of the lineup. Robert Williams is not 100% himself, and there was a moment last night where it got a little scary for Jason Tatum too, where folks were like,
Mm-hmm.
"Whoa, is Jason Tatum? Did he take a little bit of a hit in that first half?" So you don't want that to happen, or God forbid, Celtics, you somehow crap the bed and don't get this winning game six, and you have to march yourself back down to South Beach, and then you're looking in the off season talking about what could have been, because like you. I actually called it for Warriors Celtics as well. But again, the path, woo, child. Anyway, hopefully we'll be talking
Hope you
tomorrow.
path back tomorrow. Yes.
Exactly. The path. Exactly. There it is. I don't even have to say anything. Thank you guys for dropping by and take the path back to this show tomorrow. But after you take the path to check us out, always take the path to check out A to Z with Mark Zeno as well. Appreciate you stopping by. See you next time.